What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. Last night, I watched Kingsman: The Golden Circle. So no green screen today. I'm not in the place that I'm always at, but right now we are talking about the second version of the first Kingsman movie that I love so much. I thought the first movie was absolutely fantastic. It wasn't perfect, but it was good enough to crack my top 10 of that year. Did this movie live up? Was it as good? We're going to get into that, but right now I want to plug the app Stardust. You can react to trailers, review movies, do all kinds of awesome stuff, so please guys, even if you don't follow me, go download that app. It is super cool. And actually later today, I'm going to be going and watching the new Jake Gyllenhaal movie called Stronger. I will have a review out for that as well. I will also not be in front of my green screen, so you're getting 2 low quality videos in one weekend. What more could you ask for? But you guys want to hear about Kingsman, so let's talk about the good. Like I said, I really enjoyed the first one of my favorite movies, one of the biggest surprises of that year, and I don't think this one lived up to my expectations. I was a little underwhelmed, but we're talking about the good. I still had fun with this movie, and I'm still higher on it than I'd say a lot of the big-time critics are. This is one of those movies that you go in, you have a great time, you see some flaws in there, but you ignore it because of how much fun you're having. You walk out, and you start to forget the actual meat, the actual content of the movie, but I still had a lot of fun in the theater, and I still recommend you guys go watch it. And I want to talk about the acting. Taron, he absolutely carries this one. The last one was a little bit of a split between him and Colin, but this one is full on his movie. He is the star, and he absolutely kills it. I love the guy. I also loved his relationship with the girl that's in the movie. I won't spoil who it is, but she did a great job as well. Harry's storyline is one of those things I was a little hesitant to kind of grasp on, and while there were some character nitpicks that I had, overall, I really enjoyed his story. I love seeing him back, and it's not a spoiler, he's in the trailer. Also, Mark Strong. The guy's fantastic, and he really shines in this movie, especially more towards the end. I loved The Statesman. Loved it. Give me a movie with more Statesman and Kingsman stuff. Those guys were fantastic. I love seeing the Kentucky references. I'm from Kentucky. That makes 2 movies this year with Channing Tatum, at least referencing where I'm from in Logan Lucky and now Kingsman. It's just been a good year for where I live. Some of the action was really good. It cut down on the crudeness from the first movie, but it kept just enough to keep us engaged like we were in that one. I liked where the story went for certain characters, but did not like where it went for others. I would say I laughed a lot more in this movie than I did in Kingsman 1. There were some very clever puns, some funny jokes, and this movie does a really good job, and usually I don't love this, but it does a good job at setting up Kingsman 3. I was very appreciative of how they handled that. Alright, so we're talking bad, and the really big thing about this movie is it took me a while to really get engaged in the story. Although it does start off with a bang, I still was not invested like I wanted to be for at least the first 25 to 30 minutes. After that point, I really got on board, and I was more, especially when the Statesman showed up. When that happened, I was like, alright, we're getting better now, but the first 30 minutes, not for me. Some of the CGI was a little bit spotty, and there's too much reliance on those awesome camera tricks from the first one. They take that, they go tenfold here, and it worked for a lot of the action scenes, but sometimes it gets too jarring, and I just wish they would have some smoother action. This one verged more from a spy thriller to an unbelievable superhero movie. It was the first Kingsman on steroids. It turned it up about 50 notches, and I wish it would have toned it down a little bit. It has this sequelitis thing of, let's take everything we did in the first one, let's do it bigger, let's do it better, and I thought that did not work for the most part. I wish they kind of would have kept it more calm and contained. I also felt that this lacked the heart that the first one had, and a great villain. I thought Julianne Moore, while she did a good job in the movie, her character, the way that they took her character and the way that they built her up, I thought it was very annoying, and every time she was on screen, I was just like, why? She's just trying to do what Samuel L. Jackson did, but she didn't do it as well. And one last thing, the storyline of the president. This movie was overly long. I think that might be another big problem that I have with it. That could have shaven about 15 to 20 minutes off of the movie if you would have taken that out. Guys, I really did have fun with this, and I can definitely see how if you're a huge fan of the first one, you can go in and you think this one knocks it out of the park. And while I will not say that, I definitely think it was a solid movie. Oh, and there's a celebrity that pops up all throughout this movie, and while I think one of those scenes didn't work because it was too over the top, overall, I really enjoyed his presence. And Madison Cole, who goes to the movies with me, she's a huge fan of this guy. She was smiling throughout the entire movie. That made me smile. Maybe I liked it more than some people because of that, but but it was a really cool cameo. All that being said, I'm going to give Kingsman: The Golden Circle a 68%. So what did you guys think of Kingsman: The Golden Circle? Are you underwhelmed, overwhelmed? Are you going to go back and see it again? You know what? I don't know if I will go back and see this again in a theater, but I am definitely glad that I watched it in theater, and it was definitely worth all the money that I didn't pay because I have a movie pass. Yes! Thank you guys so much for commenting, liking, and subscribing. Be sure to check out my stronger review later on, either today or tomorrow. I'm very excited for that. You guys, the absolute best. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Rick and Morty episode reaction. Hopefully it will not be taken down this weekend. We'll just have to wait and see. And I have a podcast that I'm working on with my cousin Joe. It's called Pop X Cast. Be sure to find that on iTunes. Subscribe to it, and we're also on YouTube as well. You guys, the absolute best, and I'll catch you later.